Breaking news here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report as Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker has been placed on injured reserve with a left knee injury. Welcome into the show. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us as we catch you up to speed on what's going on with Harrison Butker and where the Chiefs go from here, as they've already found his temporary replacement. We'll tell you who that is and get that situation handled for you coming up in just a bit. Let's start with this post from Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network, who said the following: Chiefs kicker Harrison Butker is expected to have surgery to trim his meniscus in his left knee, per source. That's why he's headed to IR, though he'll be back for the home stretch in the playoffs. So that's at least the positive news, that this isn't season ending by any means for Harrison Butker, that he will be back. We'll see him in a few weeks. And with going to injured reserve, that means that you are out for at least 4 weeks. And the initial reporting was that it was about a 3 to 4 week injury. So this lines up, assuming that everything goes right, that Butker recovers on schedule at all, that when he is available, when he's eligible to move off of injured reserve, then he could come back to the 53-man roster and be ready to go. So that's all good there. His replacement, a warm welcome to Kansas City to Spencer Shrader, who's been signed off the New York Jets practice squad to replace Butker. This announcement coming from Adam Schefter of ESPN, who posted the following: sources, Chiefs signing kicker Spencer Shrader off the Jets practice squad and placing kicker Harrison Butker on injured reserve due to injury. We will get to know Spencer Shrader more in depth in just a few moments, but first, let's ask you guys, what is your one-word reaction to the Harrison Butker injury news? I got my one word that I'll give you on the other side, but want to hear from you guys first. Weigh in that comment section. Let us know what your one-word reaction is. Folks, when we have big-time injury news like this, we stop whatever we're doing and we make a video. I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, in a hotel room when the Hollywood Brown news broke, and I made you a video from my hotel room. Today I'm in office, happened to be in studio when this news was coming out. We were just getting ready to wrap up our day, and Harrison Butker had other plans. Made us stay a little late today. That's okay. Harrison, hope you're all right. That's why we do this for you, folks, because you deserve it. The best Chiefs content that you won't find anywhere else. If you can do us just a solid, just as a thank you to us for bringing you free content, the easiest way is by subscribing to the Chiefs Report. Subscribe now for free, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Trying to get to 62,000 subscribers on the channel. Need your help to get there. Subscribe now. Stay up to date. We got you covered each and every day here on the Chiefs Report. My one-word reaction to this is unfortunate. But I sit here and I say to myself, thankfully it is not a lot worse than what it could have been. We are very lucky that Harrison Butker is only out just 4 weeks at this point, barring any setbacks. That's the timeline, because when he comes back, you'll have the home stretch and you'll have the playoffs. He's not going to miss any important time. And as you head towards that home stretch, even at the kicker position, you obviously want to put your best foot forward. No pun intended. That's not a kicker joke, just being honest with y'all. You look at Harrison Butker, he's been fantastic, right? One of the most accurate kickers in the history of the National Football League. And for those of you that may not like Harrison Butker, and there is a crowd of you that does not like Harrison Butker, and I understand that, he's not going anywhere. If you were thinking that, this might be the opportunity to get rid of Harrison Butker, for him to be replaced and for them to move on from him, that is not the case at all. This is not like when Harrison Butker replaced Cairo Santos several years ago when Santos got hurt. That isn't happening here. Butker got that new deal in the offseason, the extension that made him the highest paid kicker of all time. So he's not going anywhere, no matter how well Shrader plays. For Shrader, essentially, this is an audition for him to potentially get picked up for another team, whether it be later this year or next season. And these are big shoes to fill, stepping in for Harrison Butker, who has been extremely productive. You look at his statistics this season, 18 of 20 from field goal range, 21 of 22 on extra point attempts, He's got a big leg, too. He could kick it very far out. So, with that said, what are the Chiefs getting out of Spencer Shrader, who's stepping in for him? Well, Shrader started his college career at South Florida, then transferred to Notre Dame for his final season, his COVID year with the Fighting Irish last season. Ultimately went undrafted, then signed with the Indianapolis Colts, and the Colts ended up using him just a brief amount, and they ended up cutting him shortly thereafter. He ended up joining the Jets practice squad shortly thereafter that. And his numbers for what he did in 2024 with the Indianapolis Colts, made each one of his field goal attempts 2 for 2, was 3 for 3 on extra point attempts. So a small sample size, but at least it passed the test for what the Chiefs were looking for in the short term while Harrison Butker is gone. Realistically, if you're the Kansas City Chiefs in this situation, you're just hoping that Spencer Shrader just gets you through the next few weeks. You don't want to be in a situation where Spencer Shrader costs you a game and is the difference between a win and a loss. That's what you're looking for, is that you don't want to be put in that position, essentially speaking. And we know that the Chiefs have had some low-scoring, some one-score games, and a field goal could be the difference between that win or a loss. And that's all you're asking for from Shrader. I don't think he's going to be attempting very many 60-yard-plus attempts by any stretch. I think they're just going to say, like, hey, just make your extra points. We'll set you up maybe for some 45-yard field goals. I would be surprised if we see him attempt many 50-plus yard field goals for that matter. I would think that because of the question marks, because you don't have Harrison Butker there, that the Chiefs might find themselves going for it more in those fourth down situations when they're across midfield instead of settling for a field goal attempt with Shrader just because of the unknown, because he's not the reliable source that is Harrison Butker. And that's not a knock on Shrader. That's just the reality. Butker's one of the best in the biz. Shrader's range, by the way, his career long in college was 54 yards. So if you're the Kansas City Chiefs, that's kind of, I think, what you're thinking of, is that you're not trying to throw him out there for 60-plus yard attempts. If it's 55 or less, that's kind of what you're looking for as far as that change goes compared to what you could, stretch it a little further with Butker as far as that goes. How would you grade the signing of Spencer Shrader? A, B, C, D, or F? What do you think of this move? It seems to be fine. This doesn't seem like that this is going to hurt the Chiefs a ton, that this is going to be enough to get by. It's got to be at least a B or B+. I would like a little more range, but you're kind of limited on options at this point with the circumstance the Chiefs were in. Get your grades in the comment section. Let us know. For continuing Chiefs coverage, subscribe now to the Chiefs Report. We'll keep you up to date with the latest happenings on your team each and every day here on the channel. I'm Tyler Jones. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.